Two of the biggest names in golf were in action last weekend at the Australian Golf Club for the 102nd edition of the Australian Open. Former World No.1 Jason Day was back on home soil for the first time since he won the World Cup at Royal Melbourne in 2013. And more welcome news for golf fans in Sydney. Defending Australian Open champion and three-time major winner Jordan Spieth was also back in town.
The biggest thing with Jordan is that he's a competitor. He doesn't have the natural abilities such as DJ's length, but he has the mental toughness, probably the best mental toughness out of everyone on the tour.
While back in Australia, Day took the opportunity to return to the Hills International College in Queensland. That's the golf academy that set him on the path to major championship glory and becoming one of the best players in the world.
I remember waking up at 4:30, 4 o'clock, getting ready and going to practice every morning. That place was a foundation for my game to build upon, and a lot of memories. I miss those days, I really do, because those are the days that were fun to me. Waking up early, being the only person out there and practicing and knowing that I'm working harder than everyone at the school, and that gave me confidence.
Since turning pro in 2006, Day has won 10 times on the PGA Tour, including a major, 2 WGC events and the Players. Along the way, he was world No.1 for almost a year. Jason learned a lot in his time at the top and is keen to get that #1 ranking back.
There's a big balancing act that you have to do to not only try and stay balanced within yourself so you can play and compete, but also balance yourself as a person and make sure that you have enough time for yourself. I know that the work ethic will always be there for me, and the desire will always be there to try and get back to #1. I just got to make sure that I have the balance in my life, not only in my golf life, but in my personal life too, to be able to stay mentally and physically focused on that goal.
If he wants to return to the top, Day will need to pass in-form players like Justin Thomas. The 24-year-old was recently named the PGA Tour Player of the Year, thanks to a 5-win season that included his first major championship and the FedEx Cup.
I know the feeling of what he's going through with winning and being that confident and knowing that you can go on any course regardless of where you're at, hit it terrible and still win a tournament. Because I've done it before, and he's not hitting it terrible. He's like firing on all cylinders, hitting it great, putting well, chipping well, and doing the things that he needs to do. So I've got to stay on top of my game to try and beat him, because I know how well he's playing, and that's just one guy.
Someone else who knows all about the pressure of being the world #1 is Tiger Woods. His latest attempt to return to the PGA Tour is taking place this week. He's playing in his own event in the Bahamas. Just like everyone else in the golfing world, Day is paying close attention.
I said to him, I said, look, I mean, it's great to be one of the best players ever to live, but health is one thing that we all take for granted. And he did say it's the best he's ever felt in 3 years. He doesn't wake up with pain anymore, which is great. From what I see on Instagram and what he's been telling me, he says he's ready. And I'm hoping that he is, because from what I hear, he's hitting it very long. And if he's hitting it long and straight, then that's going to be tough for us, because, it is Tiger Woods.
As part of trying to get his own game back on track, Day replaced longtime caddie Cole Swatton late in the PGA Tour season. Swatton had caddied for Day for more than a decade and will remain as his coach. But new man on the bag Luke Reardon is someone who is a familiar face.
He was my roommate. He's the guy that gave me the book about Tiger Woods. So he knows my game more than anyone that I know. For him to come on the bag, he knows exactly what kind of shots I like to hit, what a flighted shot means. It's hard to explain these certain things, these little intricate parts of my game, to someone that has never kind of seen my game before, but it's easy for him to come on the bag and realize what I'm talking about when I'm talking to him about this is what kind of shot I'm going to hit. So it's been working out great. I think we're going to win, and hopefully we'll win a lot, but we just got to make sure that the communication is there and be patient with ourselves.